Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 19 seasons, that's a lot, kid, but you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show, not the food though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. No, I will not stop saying it's the official Top Chef podcast, no matter how many pieces of mail I get from the lawyers. I will not stop saying it. It is the official Top Chef rewatch podcast, and I'm your host. And this is the part where I usually say, "Hey, my co-host Reeves is here," and Reeves starts talking, but Reeves is not here. And
He's been absent a lot lately.
Please be quiet.
Okay.
Reeves is not here.
He's showing
so
off.
I don't have my co-host, and so you already heard a little snip of what happens when Reeves isn't here to kind of be a buffer between me and Brian. Brian kind of starts chirping in. So Brian did some, I guess this counts as show prep. You got someone in place of Reeves. So there is still 3 amigos here. So Brian, you're the temporarily bumped up a chair to co-host, even though it's still even with the other host who's now going to be on the show today, the guest we have. You're even with them. You're not truly a co-host, but you did do your due diligence and you got someone to fill in for Reeves who's not here.
Yes.
So would you like to introduce the guest?
Oh, I'd love nothing more.
Okay, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. That's wrestling. Reeves isn't here. We like to talk about wrestling on this show sometimes. So yeah, Reeves isn't here. He's missed a lot of recordings lately. I don't know what's up with that. Remember we were trying to find his replacement? We were like giving people tryouts.
Yeah, everyone failed.
Yeah, no one actually got the job. Good thing Reeves came back because we would have been screwed.
I had to go through 14 people and no one was good enough.
And they all had to like do the forms and go to HR, and it was a mess. So everyone, I did some work, and the way that I did work is that I sent a message in the Slack. And if you use Slack, cool. I sent a message to my sketch team. Yeah, I do comedy. And I said, hey, who wants to do my podcast? And several people said that they would like to. So
how many people said, you have a podcast?
Well, no one said that. They were just like, I'll do it.
Oh, they probably talked in a private Slack channel about that.
I think people just like to do. I think people like to be asked to do podcasts. I wouldn't know. So the person who said, hey, I'd love to do your podcast and I'm free for every date that you've put on there. So I booked them first.
Nice.
My good buddy, Farshad Khansari from Boogie Manja and my sketch team, Big Apartment. Hello, Farshad.
I would like to say that it's our sketch team.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask first. Because Brian took a little ownership real quick of the sketch team like it was his idea.
Yeah, it wasn't. We were all randomly placed together.
Okay, so it's a sketch team that Brian happens to be on.
My goodness.
Okay.
But we all like each other, which is why I'm here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I didn't realize, am I like technically auditioning right now for
you are and you aren't, you know?
Yeah. Like not enough to like tell you that you are, but like enough that like you are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would have done way more research.
No, it's okay.
You don't need to. Reeves does nothing but show up.
He literally shows up most of the time and does nothing else. He used to do show prep and then something happened.
Here's the crazy thing. Reeves shows up, does no show prep, crushes.
Everyone's favorite host.
Everyone's favorite. I mean, I'm only doing the hosting because he's like retired himself. He retired his jersey in the rafters.
It's hung up in the rafters.
I'm actually too good at this.
Yeah.
And so I actually had to take over because he refused to do it.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you know that he's the favorite?
People tell us.
People have told us. They've left
My
reviews.
wife is like, I love Reeves. He's the best. Who are the other's two guys? I'm like, well, one of them is your husband. And he's like,
Yeah.
and then she's like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel bad. But you know
she
what?
knew who I was. I don't like how you said that.
Yeah. She said, I know who that one guy is. Who's the other guy?
She was like, I know who the funny black guy is. I know who the host Reeves is. Who's that other guy who kind of chimes in too much?
And why do you keep telling me to listen to this podcast? I'm like, because I'm in it. And she was
I
like,
love that your wife knew that Jamal was black just by listening to his voice.
Well, I've got real black. It comes across black on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. Everyone listening right now is like, clearly black guy.
Let's okay. You know what? Let's take a peek behind the candelabra. I add a filter to Jamal's voice afterwards so that it comes out blacker.
Brian, can you hit a button and take the filter off real quick?
Put it off?
Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah, okay. And it's off.
Yeah, so I'm saying, no, this is how I really sound, know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait, so it works the opposite way? I said the other thing.
Yeah.
No, I turned it on. I turned the filter on.
Oh, you turned it on?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's on now.
No. This is how you sound like, I turned the filter on, you sound like the other guy.
What other guy? I'm talking normal every time.
And this is how good our podcast is, Farshad. This is why we get reviews that say things like, honestly, the worst Top Chef podcast. We've earned that. And we're much better than Pack Your Knives. And people keep coming up to us and say, hey, you know what podcast I love? Pack Your Knives. You know what we say? We say, who's that? I'm sorry, I don't know her, is what I say.
Yeah. Never met her. Wouldn't talk to her if I did.
Yeah, no, so I wouldn't answer the cell phone. Farshad, you and I do sketch together on our sketch team that we were put together randomly through the Boogie Manja Sketch Collective program.
Yes.
You're an actor. I am a writer. Let's get down to it. Am I a good comedy writer?
Yeah. No, you're great. You have some great premises. You know, you have. I mean, you have your highs and you have your lows, but I think you've had more wins.
Okay.
You have a high batting average. Yeah.
Okay. We love sports.
We love sports. That's the only reference I know.
You did it right.
I've exhausted it. But the last sketch you wrote. Wait, was it the last one?
Was that the one I helped you with, Brian?
Tell me with the sketch in so long.
It was what was the one you wrote most recently?
Was it racially charged? He doesn't like a lot of racial.
No, I don't do those for this team because it's not a very racially diverse team. So it comes off weighted when I do it.
Ah, okay.
Wait, what was? Oh, it's driving me insane. I need to know. I liked the fourth one you did. Trying to remember what the.
Okay. That's okay. We don't need to get into details here. And
the Scream one was really good.
Oh yeah, that bombed on stage. The other one did better with the apples, and that's because Ashley did really well. Are you a good actor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Especially like when we get a sketch where we don't have a lot to work with. I feel like I help a lot and bring a lot to the table with performance because
that's good.
Sometimes on paper it's like, what? This is just people talking. But then when I get on, I make some choices. And then it's like, whoa, this is a real sketch now. You know?
So, okay, let me ask you a question. The way that you phrased that, it almost seemed like what we're doing as writers is a shortcoming. But what you're not recognizing we're actually doing is giving you room to play. Would you like it if I wrote if I beat out if I was like Farshad tips his little cap and puts his hand to his nose and he speaks in this accent and he does this sort of thing? Or would you like me to give you room to play?
No, I wasn't trying to diss you or anything. I love it. It's great. Thank you.
Because I'm trying to give you room to play.
Here's how I purposely have done that many times.
Here's how I do sketch. I look at sketch, the paper, sandbox. And what I'm doing is I'm putting toys in there. I'm tossing the shovel in there. I'm tossing the pail in there. I'm tossing... What do people play in a sandbox? Cat turds. Cat turds are in there. And I say...
It's a weird choice to choose sandboxing, not have a reference for your own of like what toys go in there and like easily draw.
I just named 3. And then you
named cat poop as one of the 3.
Those are in sandboxes. And you know what? Sometimes there's a turd in a sketch. It's just real. I'm being real.
Yeah.
And I say, play. And I say, look, go in there and play.
So to interpret that, basically you just throw a bunch of characters and words on a script, and then the actors have to add structure.
And he just described comedy, ladies and gentlemen. That's how that works from a writer's perspective.
Now, are there people on this team who only write and only act?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we do.
Are there doubles?
No, but I should be double.
So wait, you want to be?
If I did, I would be really good at it.
Okay, but that doesn't answer my question. Do you want to be? It doesn't
answer his question.
I do. I've mentioned at times that I have that I am that I miss the stage. You know, I miss the boards and I miss the audience, connecting with the audience. The people go, look at that guy, he's funny.
I thought you missed improvisation, not like scripted acting.
It's the whole. I just want people to look at me, and I need the validation. I miss the validation.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's really about.
Yeah. We are lucky. All of the other writers just don't want to be on stage. They don't want anyone looking, which is great for us because the actors, like, anytime a writer has to do an acting role, the actors
guys get mad.
We're like we're like upset, jealous. Like,
they'll like fight for the littlest roles. Like there'll be some throwaway line, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll do it," and they'll be like, "Farshad," will be like, "No, I'll leave the stage and change costumes, come back, and I'll do the line. Don't go on stage."
Absolutely, that actually would be very funny.
Thank you.
And that's a funny choice as well. And like his comment about how he's making these fun choices is kind of making sense to me.
Yeah,
it's a playground, and I built the slide.
Yeah, and you threw them the turd that is your script.
No, the turd is in the script.
Oh, it's in the... Okay. I thought the script was a turd.
No, there are turds in it. So this is Pod Chef, and it's a Top Chef podcast. So this is the question that Jamal always asks. Farshad, have you ever seen the show Top Chef?
I have. I used to watch it a lot in high school, because in high school I was only watching cooking shows. It was like Food Network, and I'd only go to Bravo to see if they were playing Top Chef, and I'd see like season-long marathons.
Why were you only watching cooking shows in high school?
So I lived in a hotel for a year because my house caught on fire.
Oh, wow.
And on TV, there wasn't much, and I always liked food. So while I was doing homework, and I never had a TV in my room before until I lived in that hotel. So I just put on the Food Network in the background while I was like doing homework, and like I was very distracted, but
when you left that hotel and got back to a house, were you like, I need a TV in my room now?
No, I went to college, so
okay.
Yeah.
You didn't have a TV. You didn't have a TV in your room in college?
I didn't, no, because I was in a dorm, and then there was no time for TV. I was like out, like hanging out with people, doing clubs.
He was cool in college.
Oh wow,
that must be
cool. That must have been a lot of fun.
Because I had so much time for a TV in college.
So did I. Please.
What? No, I was saying the only time. So I'm in my childhood bedroom right now because I moved back home a couple of years ago, and the only reason why I have a TV is because I won a TV in college.
Nice.
At the dining hall photo contest.
Yeah, because you're out and about.
Yeah, and I won, and now I have a TV in my room. It's like,
was this a photo contest of like just being photogenic? Because I'm gonna say right now, very handsome guy.
Thank you. No, the contest was it was a selfie contest in the dining hall, and I was the photo of me. It wasn't even a selfie contest; it was just a photo, and I picked up a whole lobster with a pair of chopsticks, and I won. I think no one participated in this contest. I was like, oh, no one's gonna do this. I'll do it, and I'll win.
Did they know there was a TV on, like, up for grabs?
I think the top prize was a computer. I won the computer, but it was a bad computer. So I was like, no, I want the second place prize instead.
It was an Asus.
Wait, so
like an E-machine?
Is it a Gateway?
No, it was like maybe it was like a tablet. It was like a Gateway weird micro notebook. You know what I mean? Those like whatever they're called. Those like mini notebooks that were so popular for a few years.
Can I say something? When I was in college, our computers were big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they were really big.
Couldn't fold my computer back then.
Nope.
I'll tell you that right now.
No, you couldn't fold my computer up. You had to put it at a desk, and you would sit there, and you would do some homework. You would steal people's music over iTunes because you could do it on the network.
Yep.
And you would also play Postal 2, which is the world's most fucked up video game.
And then you'd go download stuff on LimeWire.
Yes.
Oh, LimeWire. Wait, you went to college during LimeWire?
Yeah, brother.
Wow.
The golden
Farshad, we're old.
The golden years.
Well, y'all look like you're in your late 20s. Like,
I just started moisturizing very recently.
I age well.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Jamal
I'm
has this
leaving
thing
I'm
where he
leaving
says,
space for Brian.
Jamal says he has this saying which he says, "Black don't get old."
Wow. I've
Yeah.
never heard that one before.
Well, I bet you haven't. Not like that.
Yeah,
No,
it's
not
catchy.
like that. No,
It's catchy.
it really rolls off the tongue.
Well, it
Black
should. I was
don't
trying to make
get
it
old.
actually not roll off the tongue. Because black don't crack. That rolls off the tongue. But black don't get old that easy. That's actually...
You got to
That's
think about it when you say it like
that's a
that.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
remember you when you say something stupid like that.
Yeah.
We had time-
BDOTE.
You doing the
BDOTE.
BDO2? Yeah, that works.
Don't hold that. Quick.
All right, Farshad, let's talk about it. You do food tours
I do.
in Chinatown.
Yes.
Wow.
Manhattan's Chinatown. Wait, did I just dox myself? Shoot.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
want to find out who he is, I'll post his address and his
Go,
name.
go take a food tour in Manhattan.
Yeah. What have you learned in your time as a food tour in Manhattan, Chinatown?
And keep
About
in mind,
food.
at this time, Brian is going to put some music underneath here that's probably going to be slightly racially
I
offensive.
will not do that.
That's
I will
fine.
not do that.
Do it.
I will not do that.
I what have I learned? I
Yeah.
learned some Cantonese.
Okay.
When I took the job, I was like, you know what? I'm in a Cantonese speaking community once a week now, so I'm gonna learn it. And there aren't enough resources for Cantonese, so I just ended up learning like numbers and directions and how to order stuff. But that's what I've learnned. I've also learned a lot of history about Chinatown. Yeah. The food stuff I already knew. Like I got the job because I knew the food stuff, which is because this is the best food tour company in the city, probably in the country.
Don't have to sell us on it.
No, they hire the best guides and then they learn the stuff after they got hired. I was the opposite. I was never been a guide before.
You're a bad guide, but you knew
Bad
the
guide,
food.
but I knew the food. Yeah, and I was a performer, so it was like easy to publicly speak. You know,
Are you a good guide now?
I'm a very good guide. Yeah, I know how to lead people. I don't lose anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow, you
don't-
guys both did
yeah.
the same joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it a joke?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
don't think I wasn't
reality?
joking either. I know that people get lost on those tours because I almost got lost on one of those tours. So,
Yeah, and whose fault was it? The guides. Okay, well.
well, I was the guide. I got lost.
Oh, you lost your group.
I'll never go back to that job again.
Yeah.
Mostly
Well,
because they don't
because they
want me.
told you never come back again.
They don't want me back.
You act like it's your choice. They told you to never come back again.
Yeah, but it's all about how you phrase
A
it.
lot of families are upset because they never found that group.
Damn.
They might still be there.
The issue is that they're fine. They just never found them.
Yeah.
You ever seen that show where everyone disappears and then comes back? They're on a plane.
The leftovers.
Nah, they don't.
Oh, you're
come
talking
back on
about
that
Manifest?
show, do
What?
they?
Manifest?
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh.
finished that. I've only watched the first season.
Oh, well,
I
they
haven't
come
even
back.
finished the first season.
They come back. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
They come back.
Is it like Lost, where they're like not really lost or something? Is it?
No,
That's a
I-
huge spoiler. I've never seen Lost.
Me
so,
neither.
Oh, okay.
I think I got
People know.
spoiled when I was in like middle school.
He didn't have a TV, remember?
Yeah,
That's true.
in my
So
room.
this. Okay, so let's. I feel weird being the host. Jamal, can you do it?
No, I'm letting you have space.
Okay,
to
I'll
be the
do
host.
it. I don't
Okay.
know. what it
Go
is.
ahead.
I don't know
All
what
right.
it is.
All right. Well, you can introduce our next segment, which is chefs I prepared for you.
Oh, yes. So now we're going to do the next segment of the show, which is chefs I have prepared for you.
And
In
the
which,
rules are. Oh, please, yes.
in which I just found out right before, in which each of us will present a dish that we have already eaten
Last night,
last night.
and
as
only
if-
last night.
And only last night,
This
as
is so
if
good.
we were presenting to the judges of Top Chef.
Yeah. Would you
Wow.
like to go first?
Jamal,
The
I think
host
you just
usually
lost
goes
your
first.
job. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you go first.
Oh, I'm going first?
Yeah.
You
I
hosted.
still
You're
don't
hosted
remember
right now.
what I ate.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then we'll go first, and you can have a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Jamal.
The co-host me. I'll go first. Chefs I prepared for you: leftover baked macaroni and cheese,
Again.
chopped garlic spinach, and rotisserie spiced chicken breast. Baked, pan-seared, finished in the oven chicken breast. Now, Brian, you're
Yeah.
looking at this picture. This
I
is
am.
also what I'm going to eat as soon as we're done eating here. I mean, I have one more line left of mac and cheese.
Uh-huh.
And this is what I'm going to be eating after we get off here.
The exact same thing. I don't know how you do that.
The exact same thing.
I wish I could be like that.
Why can't you eat the same food?
I don't know. It's honestly a problem.
That doesn't make any sense to me. You can't. How long can you not eat the same food for like days in a row? Is it like 2? Is like that's too much for you to have like
if
leftovers?
I'm thinking the next day, I mean leftovers is different.
This is leftovers,
but like it's not though.
How's it not?
Because it like I can do leftovers for lunch the next day, but I can't do 2 meals. It's this weird thing, and you know what? It's an unhealthy relationship with food. And I treat meals.
And
let's
unpack that. We don't have time
okay,
to
all right.
That.
So I'll go next. Chefs, last night I procured for you Taco Bell, and you know what?
Did you do that because he talked about Taco Bell last night?
Yes, I did it because we had a guest who did our podcast last night, which you'll hear maybe next week.
Go back and listen to Avishar's episode.
We're gonna do this first, right? No, we'll put this one out first.
Yeah, we're putting this out first, but pause. Go back and listen to Avishar's episode where he talks about Taco Bell and understand that influenced Brian to go buy Taco Bell.
You can't go back because this will be out first.
Is this part get edited out?
No, this is the good stuff. This is the part of podcasts that people like.
Why are you put Avishar's episode out first?
No, because that'll be 3 interviews in a row.
So what?
It's weird. Then we're like an interview podcast.
Oh, well, I'd hate to interview Farshad.
Do you have
a couple more?
No, he's a host. Do you have any questions about my Taco Bell order? I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, what was in your food? What was it?
Yeah, describe it like Avishar
2 chicken chalupa. No, 2 chicken chalupa supremes.
Now, what's in a supreme?
Yeah,
sour cream.
And
that's what makes it supreme is the sour cream.
Okay, but what's in the chalupa?
Bad chicken, bad lettuce, bad
chicken
cheese.
That like broke the rules.
Yeah, the chicken that couldn't get into good restaurants because it was bad.
Wait, I'm sorry. If you were presenting this to the judges of Top Chef, you would use the adjective bad.
I don't want to lie to the judges.
I love that you're calling him.
I don't want to lie to the judges.
This is something Reeves would.
They'll see through my bullshit.
So good.
They'll see if I say it's not bad. They'll go, "You thought the chicken was good?" And I'll have to be like, "Well, when I got it out of the oven, when I got it out of the kitchen, out of the fridge, it seemed good, and I had like a weird smell to it, but I had to put something." And they would say, "Don't serve it to us. If you think it's bad, don't serve it to us."
Yeah, leave it off the plate.
Yeah. I had a cheesy bean and rice burrito, which is full of bad things but tastes good.
How many things did you get from Taco Bell?
It's Taco Bell, 100. And I had a Baja Blast, a Mountain Dew Baja Blast, because I drink soda because I'm a child.
Okay.
And I ate all this at 9 p.m.
What color is the Baja Blast?
It's this blue that doesn't exist in nature.
It's like turquoise, except more neon.
Yeah, it's like if the beaches in Mexico were
a soda,
or an alien, or a soda, a Mountain Dew. It's if you took the beaches from Mexico and turned it into a soda.
Okay.
And in the Avatar episode, when you go forward, let's do it. I talk about drinking the beach too. So I really do it. I'm gonna drink the beach, y'all.
Okay.
Farshad, your turn.
Yes, I remembered what I ate. So, judges, I present to you
chefs.
How disrespectful of me. Chefs, I present to you a Malaysian nasi lemak, the national dish of Malaysia, with stir-fried anchovies and peanuts in a Belacan sauce, served over a coconut rice, garnished with fresh cucumbers and a side of extra sambal.
How salty are those anchovies?
I'm sorry?
How salty are those anchovies?
Little salty, yeah, pretty salty.
Would it change the dish if you remove the anchovies? Is it like this is not seasoned?
The definition of nasi lemak is anchovies and peanuts over rice with cucumber.
Well, I guess that changes it a lot.
Yeah. Actually, when I had this dish, I went with a friend who's doing like low carb, and he was like, "Can I get it without the rice?" And the person who took the order put no white rice, but then the server came out, because it's like you pick it up at the counter and sit down kind of place. Mm-hmm. She straight up was like, "I do not understand what you are saying. How can you have nasi lemak without rice? It makes no sense. It's just anchovies, peanuts, and cucumbers." And my friend was like, "Yeah, that's what I want." She's like, "I can't do it." So
what did they get instead?
He just didn't eat the rice. He just ate it all, like the anchovies and
He could
peanuts.
have eaten the rice.
Yeah.
He could have
So-
eaten the rice.
I also had a side of Bella-chan marinated wings. And if you don't know, Bella-chan is a type of fermented shrimp paste made in like a Malaysian shrimp paste.
Mm.
And it was like marinated with that. It was very salty and savory and umami, crispy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Farshad tried to be sneaky because he said present to you, but he procured.
I procure.
Oh,
Yes, I did not
yeah.
make this. I did not.
Technically, this is a procure.
This is a
This is a
procure.
procurement.
This is not a home chef meal. I'm
No.
the one who's cooked so far. This
Yes.
happens a lot on this show.
Mm-hmm.
When Reeves is not here, it happens twice as much. So now we have to vote. So
The
rules are just like in America. You cannot vote for yourself. You must vote for a different candidate. So we all have to vote for someone other than ourselves, and I'll go first. I vote for Farshad.
Okay, and I will vote next. I will vote for.
Remember, you can't vote for yourself.
Oh man, I was gonna vote for myself.
I already voted for Farshad.
All right, I'm gonna vote for Jamal.
Well,
Okay.
this leaves me in a pickle.
Uh-huh.
I really would love to. I would love to be that guy, but honestly, I cannot, in good conscience, vote for Taco Bell. So I'm going to also have to vote for Jamal.
And there we
We
go.
almost
folks.
had a
and that
tie.
is how the democratic process works.
almost
Taco
had a
Bell
tie.
will get you losing the votes every time. And so I won, and that is how we play Chefs I Prepared for You.
I've only
Oh,
had
that
Taco
feels so
Bell one
good.
time ever.
What? What'd you get?
I don't remember. It was
I've
such a long
never
time
had
ago.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, good for you.
Never.
Am
I
I
remember
I've
one
asked-
time my friends were like, "Oh, let's go get some food." This was like when I was in high school. And they're like, "Oh, let's go get some food." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's go get food." They pulled the Taco Bell. I was like, "Where are we?" And they're like, "We're getting food here. What do you want?" I'm like, "I want a place that serves food. That's what I want."
Yeah.
And they were like, "You're snobby." And I was like, "I am.
You are.
Give me real food."
I don't think like going against man-made preservative
Yeah.
bad stuff is snobby. It's just like you being a human being. You know
Yeah.
what I
This
mean?
is coming from Farshad, though, who is very snobby.
I'm not. I just ate peasant food yesterday.
It didn't sound like
Nasi
peasant food.
lemak is peasant food in Malaysia.
It's peasant
yeah.
food, like Top Chef peasant food, where it's like, oh, this is peasant food. It's still very nice.
Yeah, I love peasant food.
Yeah, it's
but
like
Taco
Ratatouille.
Bell's not peasant food. That's capitalist garbage
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, that's capitalist snobby. You're helping the corpse.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Corpo
mm,
shill.
I'm
yeah.
pin them fat cats. I've asked
Everyone-
this question before. Am I trash?
I've answered this off air. I don't want to answer it on air.
I think I'm trash.
You're not. I don't. I think you have a little bit more manners than that.
I'm pretty close to trash. I've got like 1 foot in the can.
I did visit Brian when we went to go to a Top Chef guest and Top Chef Top Chef contestants restaurant in New Jersey.
No.
And Brian did kind of explain to me that he's more trash than I think he is. He was really trying to sell me on it.
Yeah.
I didn't even like bring it up, and he was like, "No, Jamal, you don't get it. I'm trash." And I was like, I don't know how to respond to this conversation because you're my friend, and I don't think my friends are trash.
Yeah, I think you have a little bit more class than you give yourself credit for, Brian.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Would you think that if I told you that I had Taco Bell last night and the day before that I had Popeyes?
Well, it's still
And
different,
then,
right?
for dinner,
That's your
and
thing.
then for dinner night I had pizza. Let's keep going. I'm gonna
What-
die before I hit 40, and I'm
what
really close to
what
40
pizza
right now.
did you have?
Wait,
You have
but
Little
you're
Caesars?
such-
No, not Little Caesars. From a local place.
Oh, you see how he said not Little Caesars? Did you see how he was like disgusted at the idea of Little
See?
Caesars?
A trashy person wouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. You snob.
I just like to feel better than people, and I just like have the one step above other trash people. But we're all the
Okay.
same.
Okay, Brian, do you want to quickly go into the next segment, or do you want?
Well, I don't know if we have time because Tom reached out to me and he
5
did it in.
minutes.
Okay. Well, we can't. We'll just describe the thing. We'll do it next week. Tom reached out to me, and he sent me an email, which is weird. He doesn't usually send me emails. And I opened it, and of course, first it said I need to forward this to 5 friends. I'll have bad luck forever. So I did that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I immediately deleted it.
You're gonna have bad luck forever. Then you know Tom can make that happen.
I'm fine with it.
Isn't he Greek? No.
He's Italian.
Not
He's
when he wears that do-rag.
Italian. I was always afraid to ask him his ethnicity. He seems very
he
scary.
loves that question because he likes because he'll say, "What do you think?"
Yeah, and then and it's a fun guessing game because then he'll come up to me and goes, "I know what you are."
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he says it very confidently. I'm like, "What am I, Tom?"
And what did he say?
He's like, "Chocolate Thunder."
Whoa.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a very good Japanese candy chocolate. It's called Black Thunder.
I got to go to Japan.
It's very good. It's like a
it.
chocolate covered biscuit. Yeah. Anyway.
So I forwarded to Firefriends. And they
still on this,
and they all report me for spam, and I get shut down for a while. My email is taken off the air for a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
And what was the thing you forwarded?
It was a thing that said click here, and when you clicked there, it took you to this. How can I explain this? So it was this like picture of it was like a Photoshop picture of this really ugly person. Like photoshopped to be very, very ugly.
Okay.
And it said underneath, it said, "This your girlfriend." and the internet didn't like that.
Uh-huh.
And I got in trouble. So once I got my internet privileges back and I was back on my email.
Good thing all that Kanye news was going on while this was happening, so you kind of flew under the radar.
I missed it. What is going on? What did he do?
Yeah, you were off the internet, so you missed it all. So lucky you.
So then Tom got back to me and he said, "Hey man, where you been?" And I explained it. And then he said, "Okay, I have an idea. I want to write a Top Chef pilot, a TV show for Top Chef." He said, "I did the movie, great success. We're selling it. We're making it next year. Got a huge budget. Michael Bay's going to direct it.
6 hours long.
6 hours long. It's going to have a prequel, a sequel, and he said the thing it's called a nequel. And I don't know what that was, but he said it's going to have one.
The black people.
He said it's going to have that." And I said, "I don't know what it is." So that's the.
And I can say that because my voice comes off as black.
Yeah,
I'll make sure that the
for the audience at home.
And so he says, "Now let's take over the small screen. I did the big screen. Let's do the small screen." And I said, "Your phone?" And he said, "No, the medium screen." So he said, "Medium screen."
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to do a TV show. He wants to do a sitcom of Top Chef. And Farshad, you look bored, and I apologize.
No, I was just confused because I was like, he wants a TV show, but Top Chef already is a TV show.
Well, so
but then when you said sitcom, I was like, oh, that's different.
So thank you. Okay, so I said that to him. I said, "You're already on TV. You have a show called Top Chef," and he said, "Reality TV's not TV," and he got very upset.
Whoa,
it's tough not to poke holes in this. It's tough.
It's tough. Look, man, this is
Tom's
Tom.
nuts. Yeah.
So I said, reality TV is TV. And he said, "No, it's not." And I said, "Well, what do you call a Masked Singer?" And he said, "I don't know. They won't let me do it." He keeps trying to be the Masked Singer. And I said, "What will your costume be?" And he said that he wants to be Shaquille O'Neal.
And they said, "You can't dress up like him. Save it for the sequel."
Yeah, I'll do it in the sequel. So we're gonna help Tom write a TV pilot. And here's the thing for a sitcom. He said he doesn't want to do the work. He said he'll put his name on it at the end, but he wants us to write it.
Hollywood executive producer.
Yeah.
Tom.
He will come in, he'll read the pages, give us notes, but he's gonna let us write it, and he'll put his name on, he'll take all the credit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we have a few minutes. Here's the general idea that I'm thinking for the way that this pilot will go.
Mm-hmm.
This sitcom. It takes place in Top Chef. Top Chef, the TV show, exists in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is that okay, here it is. It's gonna be 30 Rock, but Top Chef. And we're gonna see we're gonna see what happens behind the stove, is what he said. And all the funny stuff that happens behind the stove before the show goes on the air. You know? We'll have our Tracy Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what the show is like behind, what they're doing behind the show. And he said it's very, very funny.
Okay.
Your question?
So it's gonna be like there's gonna be a fake parody version of Top Chef.
No, he said it's gonna be Top Chef. It's gonna be called Top Chef.
Okay.
In the show, like, so
Yes.
in 30 Rock, there's a fake sketch show, but in
Right.
this one, we're gonna do the very real Top Chef, and
Yes.
it's serious, no jokes allowed.
Well, there'll be no jokes on the show Top Chef, but behind the scenes, oh boy, they're cracking up all the time.
Yeah.
He
But
said
we're
you
not-
should see the kind of stuff we do backstage.
I think we should have a fake show, just as we're keeping it 30 Rock. Maybe we call it High Cook, and like that's the name of the show.
About cooks getting high off of marijuana.
Top Chef.
Okay, well, I love what we're doing here is where Jamal's instantly saying no to people's ideas. So that's great.
Well, I just threw an idea out. Not High Chef as in they're high, as in Top Chef, High Cook.
Above.
So we can change the name High because that seems to be drawing in a different audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elevated Cook.
Elevated cook.
Peak
Seasoning.
Peak Cook.
Oh. I like Peak Seasoning.
Peak Seasoning?
That's a good one. But I'm worried because I've heard Tom is very like protective of, and doesn't like making fun of himself very much.
No. So we can't make fun of him in the show at all.
Yeah. And I feel like we can't make fun of Top Chef within the show.
Yeah. So we need to get like someone who will do Tom's part right. So like an Alec Baldwin type.
Right.
Yeah, because he said he's going to have everyone from the show in the show, but not someone playing them. Someone will play a Padma, someone will play a Tom.
Right, but
someone
they have to be like serious, like Oscar-winning actors.
Well, they'll have to be good actors, but they're going to be silly because he said behind the scenes,
they're nuts.
They're cutting up. He said they're doing crazy stuff. He told me this one time. One time he said that. He said it was crazy. He got into work and someone had like sat in his chair.
Whoa.
And he was like, who sat in my chair? And no one would like own up to it. So he locked all the doors and he said, no one's leaving this room to figure this out. And someone said, is this a bottle episode? And he was like, yes. So he said, that's an idea of like the show we could do, like a bottle episode. Then we did down the road though. We don't want to do a pilot with a bottle episode.
No. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Do you think this will be a good show?
I think it's something we should discuss over a dinner party. We'll be right back after this.
Ooh, wow.
Punch up. And we're back. Episode, I think it's 114, Pod Chef. Season 6, Episode 7, Top Chef, Dinner Party episode.
Whoa.
That's the title. They're really not really straight. I mean,
they're phoning in the titles this season.
The last episode title was called Penn and Teller because they had Penn and Teller on.
They're really not trying hard.
It's called Dinner Party because guess what? They're doing a dinner party. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, Farshad, what did you think of this episode? What's your overall thoughts on it? Just like top level.
Top level. Oh, high level.
High level.
High level. It's peak level.
Peak seasoning.
Peak seasoning. Thoughts. I don't think too much happened. It wasn't like that dramatic, I felt. It was just like, the big twist was that they went home and like, oh, the challenge started. And it's like, okay. And then it was, some people were happy with their teammates and some weren't. Like,
and some people were, we're going to talk about that because some people couldn't get past their teammates.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're back in Las Vegas. We haven't had a Las Vegas episode in a couple of weeks. We're back in Las Vegas. And we get the quick fire, and the chefs had to use it. And I don't
hold on before we jump into this. Let's cover this that we learned before the quick fire starts. Jen is sick.
That's
Jen
right.
Is sick.
What Jen has decided to do that she's sick is cook for everybody.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Thank you, chefs of America, for cooking our food. Because she says usually when you're sick, you just have to get out there and cook. Thank you for doing that, America.
Did not age
American
well.
chefs.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you're sick,
stay home.
Stay home.
Yeah.
I'll make something.
Please stay home.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I mean, if you're like boiling food, wouldn't that kill the germs?
I mean, in reality, as long as you're not cooking preparing sushi, it's all being cooked, so it'll all. But do you want to know? Do you like, even if it's cooked, would you want to know the person who made your food was sick? Would you want that?
No, well, if the person who assembled the plate wasn't sick, because it's like when they, you know what I mean? If they're coughing on all the raw stuff, but then like someone else who's healthy is like cooking it, then I
You
feel
would
like
eat that? You would be okay with that?
I've done it.
You've watched someone sick prepare your food.
No, I was sick preparing my own food. And
Well,
I didn't get
different.
more
You're already
sick, right?
Yeah,
You're
but
already sick.
I think I would have felt comfortable giving it to someone else.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have felt comfortable taking it from you.
Well, it depends. You eat with your eyes. So if it looked good,
Yeah.
it might look past.
And it depends on like what illness it was. Like, oh, a little common cold. Like, okay.
Nah, that's nothing. That
You're
can't
not allowed
even
to ask people
transfer to
these
food.
days. You're not allowed to ask
Yeah.
people. You can't walk up to someone and say, "Hey, what are you sick with?"
Well,
You're
no,
not allowed to do that.
Brian, that's not what you do, and that's not why you got in trouble. You walk up to people and say, "Show me your card." And you can't say that to people.
Your card?
Yeah, he says, "Show me your Vax card."
Oh. Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't
I'm
do
allowed
that.
to do
Brian.
Discrimination.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why
sorry.
Brian thinks you can't ask people if they have a cold or not because he doesn't ask the right way.
Sorry that I don't want people to not have their cards on them. And I asked someone, said, "Show me your card," and guy pulled out a Pokemon card, and I said,
Nice.
"All right." I said, "Nice." I said, "Go on, man." You
All right,
got
so we're
this."
back in Las Vegas. The chefs used a slot machine to determine the themes, and the
That
themes
was-
were mood,
This was
taste,
cool.
texture, and origin of cuisine
Yeah.
of their dish. And the winner was given a choice between immunity or $15,000.
Also cool.
I wonder
Yeah.
what I would have picked.
15 G's.
15
Oh,
guaranteed
well,
money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's almost the entire prize money, sort of.
I mean, it's really 10,000 after taxes, but yeah, 15 G.
Still.
Yeah,
that was a
10,000.
cool. Pulling that lever was cool, except it kept picking Asian.
And it also,
Yeah.
okay. Can we
Crunchy
talk
Asian.
about this?
Umami Asian.
Yeah,
Sad Asian.
Yeah, it kept saying like, I don't like how they had the adjectives and verbs lined up on that machine. It was not good.
And like half of them got umami, and then
Yeah.
like the guy who described umami didn't even describe it well. He's like, it's a fifth taste, and it's not salty, and it's
Well,
not
that's
sweet, and it's like,
Mike's an idiot.
yeah, it's just savory. That's
Yeah,
it.
It's a very savory taste. You can't put your finger on it, and when you can't put your finger on it, that's that umami.
That's umami. Anchovies have a lot of umami
I haven't had anchovies. I just know that they're salty.
They're very salty.
and umami.
But it also would say things like, it would say crunchy, and then it would say blue.
Yeah, blue
Like-
crunch.
He would say like, it'll give you, or like, Padma said like, it'll give you this, the texture, but it wasn't always a texture. It would
No, it
say
said-
like,
she said texture or like food or something.
Mhm.
'Cause one of them was cheese.
yeah.
One of them was blue cheesy.
Blue
and
cheese,
this-
Middle
and-
Eastern.
Yeah, that seems like the worst one. And then
That
when
was
she
wild.
described it, there was no blue in that.
No. Well, blue means the mood, so like sad, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So you make
Yeah.
a terrible dish, put everyone in a bad mood, and you're like, "There's your blue."
She put like a foam on it. I was like, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you eat foam?
People
I'm
like
with some of the
foam.
I'm with some of the guests on Top Chef. I'm not the guests, the judges, but they're like, I don't want spit on my food.
Yeah.
Foam
That's
was
the-
big back then. People loved foam back
It
then.
was like, it's just like forcing a new texture. That's a texture
Mm-hmm.
not found in nature. Nobody wants that.
Foam is
Yeah.
found in nature, the ocean.
Do you
Who's
eat
scooping
that?
ocean foam out?
Again, I told you, yes. You'll listen to the Farshad, the
Oh
Avatar
yeah,
episode.
yeah. You
I
eat the beach.
ocean.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah, that's true.
that's true. Maybe the foam on a beer or a cappuccino, but like,
Also, yeah, those are natural foam milk.
yeah, but they put like carbon dioxide in it.
That was the joke.
Or
So,
oh,
Kevin,
listen, I'm the one calling out everyone. Okay, that's the role I've slipped into here.
So
Kevin
Listen
wins.
here.
Kevin
was-
wins the challenge. He
Yeah.
takes the money over immunity. Smart choice.
Smart.
And then Ashley says something that's very telling. She's like, "Oh yeah, we all want to, stay here and not take the immunity. We want to go home based on our skill level." I was
Excellent
like, "You're
editing.
talking too
Yeah.
soon, I think.
Yeah.
Methinks you're protesting too much."
Also, the guest judge, who no one knew,
No
it
one
showed
knew. Yeah.
it showed Kevin saying like he has TV shows. That's like
Yeah.
no one knew who this guy
Yeah.
was.
I
And
love
at
that.
first he was like they said where he was like, "This is good. You did a good job." I looked to everyone. He was like
he was
saying too
calm
much.
at first, and then he ripped him.
Yeah, then he was just like he didn't say anything. He's like,
He was
And
like,
then
"They're
it
not going to
turned.
invite me back if I don't get kind of like Toby on them a little bit. So let me start acting like Toby."
No, yeah, everyone, yeah.
So they go back home after the quick fire. They go back home and they're like, okay, we get to go home.
Padma sent us home.
She sent us home. It can't be a setup. We're going home. We're going to relax. We're going to eat. And wait a minute.
And we're all going to keep our chef coats on.
Yeah, we're all going to keep our chef coats on. And then let's listen to what happens when they're at home.
These tough economic times, people are coming together and more for the at-home dinner party. And you will be throwing one in less than 3 hours for the Macy's Culinary Council. You remember Tyler Florence, your guest judge from the Quickfire? Next to him is Nancy Silverton, Govind Armstrong, Takashi Yakihashi, and finally Tom Douglas.
They all have their own restaurants. Nancy Silverton is huge in California cuisine. Tom Douglas too, big Seattle name. Yakihashi is a chef from the Midwest. He's won a James Beard Award.
For your elimination...
The Macy's Culinary Council, the MCCU.
Why'd you play so much of that?
Because you need to get all the names of the characters for the MCCU.
We didn't. The names are Captain America, Iron Man,
Thor,
Black
Panther was
the green one,
the
woman,
Hulk,
Black Widow.
That's a green one, Black Widow, Ant one.
Wait, they're all at Macy's?
There's a lot of women.
They're the MCCU.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, what's the second? Culinary Cinematic Universe?
Macy's.
No, the Macy's Culinary Council universe.
Yeah.
Wait until they do the Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, which one's the? So go ahead.
No, what's your question?
No,
I was done.
Which one's mapped onto the Japanese guy? None of the Avengers are Asian.
Hold on.
One of them was. Yes, they had that movie.
Shang-Chi,
but I thought we were listing original Avengers.
We were, but then we just broke out to the second group because you identified a need to do so.
One of my favorite things about these people is I don't think Tyler Florence is a weird name. Neither is Nancy Silverton, but it's Tyler Florence, Nancy Silverton, Govind Armstrong, Takashi Yagahashi, and then Tom Douglas. The most boring name.
Yeah.
Tommy D.
Douglas.
He goes by Tommy D, trust me. The knife block makes an appearance. The coveted knife block makes a cameo. And they use that to split into teams and also pick who they're cooking for, who they're going to get their bag of groceries from for the dinner party.
In a Macy's bag, which was very confusing.
Bag. Yep.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier about some people talking about their teammates. Let's listen to one person in particular who always has something to say. Talk about his teammate.
Right there.
All right, let's do it.
Our product's going to get compromised. Scrap that spot.
When I found out I was working with Robin, I was livid, I was angry, I was upset, and I thought I was going home.
So when you say I'm livid, angry, and upset, that's basically all the same thing.
Yeah.
So you could have just said I was upset when I found out she was my partner. You didn't have to say the other two. You didn't say anything.
He's articulate.
Not really.
He did not explain umami well.
Yeah.
He basically did. It described his feelings like he did umami.
Yep. Mike Isabella is not happy he has to work with Robin. He's throwing a temper tantrum about it. Mike Voltaggio has to work with Ash. And he's not. You find out that Ash is kind of fanboying over the fact that he gets to work with Michael Voltaggio in this episode.
So funny.
He's like, I'm finally hanging out with the cool kid in class.
The funniest thing that Ash says is he's like, I'll say something like this one thing, and then Michael say this other thing completely different. And we're cool, let's do that one. It's way better than my idea.
He's like, why didn't I think of that? Of course.
It's like he was saying, he was going to complain about it. But he's like, no, he made it better. And it's not even near what you said. He's like, let's do beef. And Mike's like, let's do fish. Oh yeah, you're right, man. Fish.
Yeah, why did I think about fish? That's so much cleaner. Yeah.
Well, Ash is the only one that didn't go to culinary school, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he definitely has a complex.
I think if Michael Voltaggio would have moved his chef jacket to rearrange it, Ash would have done the same thing, copied him. But we're getting ready for the cooking. Yeah. This is what you gotta do.
He kept doing little things. He kept being like, oh yeah, Mike and I think that it's gonna be really good. The fish is gonna be great. Mike and I we found out that we both love the same stuff. We both loved what TV shows are popular then. What TV show was popular back then?
We love watching Scrubs.
Oh
We
man,
love
you know,
Scrubs.
it's like I'm JD, and like
Yeah.
he's
kind of Turk.
He's JD.
If I think about it, he's Turk.
And then he's like Turk, and then I'm like Sarah Chalk's character.
Yeah, I'm Sarah Chalk's character.
And no one's Dr. Cox. Dr. Cox is not here.
He's
We're all having a good time.
Not Dr. Cox. I hate that guy. But yeah, he loves Michael Voltaggio. Meanwhile, Brian Voltaggio is paired with Lorene, and we don't hear anything from Lorene. It's mostly a focus on Brian when their team pops up. Mike won't stop complaining, but then we get Tom Colicchio, our boss, shows up, and he gives us the small talk clip of the week. Let's listen.
Hey, chefs.
What's up, Tom?
Guys.
Hey, Chef, how we doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Sweat. So, we're making gnocchi.
Okay.
You pick up a couple prawns, scoop a gnocchi, and ready to go.
Prawns on top of the gnocchi.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're giving me some weird feedback here, Chef.
Just I'm not giving you feedback at all. I'm just asking you a question. The question was prawns on top of gnocchi. That's all.
Thanks, Chef.
Good luck.
Thanks, Chef.
Probably need more water in there.
He nails it every time, doesn't he? Small talk with the chefs.
He's just a people person, and you could tell.
Yeah.
He nails it right at the gate. The first people he talks to, he's like, "Yeah, this is going well. This is a good conversation we're having." Prawns on
Everyone
top of
loves
gnocchi.
me. Everyone loves me. What's the joke that Mike makes? Mike Voltaggio.
I don't know.
He does a pun. Oh, that's what he does. He goes, "We're going to use that walk thing over there, and then we're going to walk it out to you."
He does say that. Yeah, he does say that. And I think I forget because I was vomiting after I heard that.
I know we're at 53
Blacked
minutes, but should we go to the writer's room? That's a pretty bold joke. Should we try to like...
Well, we
kick up
have
a little bit,
someone
punch
from
it
your
up?
sketch team here, so I guess maybe we should go to the writer's room here.
Okay, I'm an actor, but I will try my best.
Well, we might need someone to act something out.
Yeah.
So. Brian, do you have the keys?
I thought you had the keys.
We do this every time. Every time we lock the door, I say, Brian, put the keys where you know you can find them again.
I know where they are. They're above the like door frame.
Ah, that's where you leave them. That's smart.
Got it. Okay.
But you can't leave them there now because
I'll sneak in.
Yeah.
I'll put them underneath underneath the mat next time.
Yeah.
All right, let's get in
I'll
here.
still sneak in.
He didn't
looks
tell you
like-
which mat.
Did the maid not come?
Oh, this is supposed to be the cleaner room. What happened in here?
Yeah, what the hell, guys?
The maid must have not come, or they did, and they tore the place up. Wait, did we hire that maid service that makes your room dirty?
Yeah, dirty maids.
We hired. See, I thought they were like naughty. I think I wanted naughty maids, and I ordered dirty maids.
I kept telling you. I kept telling you. I don't think it's gonna be what you think it is. I kept telling you. I think they just come and make the room dirty. If you want naughty,
Why would anyone want that?
People have their. We're not gonna kink shame here. People have their things. you know? Come
All right,
make
that's
my room
fine.
dirty.
That's fine. I'll clear off this chair and I'll sit in it.
So much dust.
Oh, it smells bad in here too.
Oh,
Okay.
Hold on, I need to take my inhaler. Just like.
Oh yeah, that's not a good idea. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, take your inhaler.
Oh, the air filter's gross. Okay, I'm not. I'd crack a window, but as we know, there are no windows in here.
There are no windows in the writer's room.
All right. So the joke was, I'm going to use the walk, and then I'm going to walk it over to you.
Scratching.
Okay, thank you. I have a rash on the back of my neck.
Is that from being in the room or that previous?
Oh no, that was already there. I thought we were just
okay.
talking about ailments.
Well, I'm talking about ailments I'm having right now.
As severe as. Oh my god, dust makes me sleepy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're having a great time. So the joke was.
Man. Is this sleep dust?
You know what? I'm tired too now.
Shit.
All right, we can do this. Use the walk, and we're gonna walk it over to you. What's a better joke than that? We punch that joke up. We're gonna use the oven, and then we will. But we'll do, and then you'll be la oven our food.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. La oven or food.
La oven with apostrophe. Yeah.
With an
Hard
apostrophe.
apostrophe.
Hard
Yeah.
apostrophe. Glottal stop.
That's my pitch.
Okay. I'm thinking dinner party.
Yeah.
Walk. I want to do a Muppets thing here, but
Okay.
like Waka Waka.
Okay. Yeah, Fozzie.
Yeah.
It's getting
You get
fuzzy
there.
for me.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
I'm having trouble with my brain right now.
Farshad, do you have any joke pitches?
I think it's the dust.
Well, walk. What does walk mean? Walk's the pan.
Yeah,
and it's the action of moving.
Yes.
And what else is it? It's walk. Walk. Waka. Oh, Waka Waka is also but it's also it's also the Shakira World Cup song for South Africa.
It's called Waka Waka.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Fozzie Bear.
No, I'm gonna waka waka over to that walk and waka waka Zangalewa my way over to you.
I think I got it. I think we'll use that walk and we'll waka waka the food to you, but we'll make sure to Shakira some seasoning on it first.
Peak seasoning.
And that is why we go to the writer's room.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to log roll out of here. I'm so tired.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, this room went on fire one time. Let's just get out
just
of
like
here.
my house.
Yeah, we had to live in a hotel for a full year. And what happened was I watched a lot of TV.
Yeah. You watched a lot of Beat Bobby Flay.
What it did was made my brain bad.
Just like me.
All right, Brian, give me the keys so I can lock the door.
Okay, yeah.
You can keep telling the story. Just give me the keys.
No, the story's over.
Okay. All right, I'm going to lock the door here. And Farshad, can you turn around?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Brian, it's underneath the mat. All right.
Okay,
All right, we're good.
okay.
All right.
Wait, which mat?
We don't need to talk about that.
Okay.
So we're back. Ashley and Eli are making prawns and gnocchi, and that sounds like yucky. That's a t-shirt.
Yeah, that combo doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
Tom's worry is that it'll weigh down the. Oh, my favorite thing is at the judges' table. They were like, "You made gnocchi on a outdoor on a nice dinner meal. Like it was like too heavy for eating. What they were, it didn't make any sense to me." And everyone was like, "Yeah, you're right. It's too heavy for a dinner party or something."
I disagree. Yeah, or just have less
light.
of it.
They're pillowy. They're pillowy and light.
It's like, who said you had to have like 2 spoonfuls of gnocchi? And like, what are you having? 16 prawns? Like that's a heavy meal.
Yeah.
You know, like other cooking shows, they eat such a small amount of the food, but I feel like on Top Chef, they have a full meal.
Yeah. They finish their plate every time.
Yeah, it's insane.
So Michael Voltaggio is messing with the electric bill because he keeps blowing the circuits with that portable grill.
And that's not a good excuse because if you're a chef and you're cooking someplace and the grill breaks, you still got to turn food in to the person who's paying you.
Yeah. At the end of it, he says you can't go out and tell the guest that the oven doesn't work. I'm like, I'd like to know that actually. If I'm sitting at my table thinking food's coming out and your oven doesn't work, I'd love to know that.
I've been sitting there for 3 hours and I'm like, where's my food? And no one will tell me what's going on.
Everyone in the back's like, well, we can't tell them. That's not a good excuse. It's like,
they
please
just haven't
tell
come
me.
out in 3 hours. Like, what's going on? Finally, the food comes out and they're like, sorry, the oven was broken. I would have left.
Left. Like, you can tell me.
That no-name judge guy was like, oh, well, no disrespect if he comes on the show ever, but you know,
he won't.
It's fine. He was like, oh, we cook all over the world in a bunch of conditions. And it's like, yeah, but your oven was working in those conditions.
I love how he framed it like he's chefs without borders.
Yeah. Like he was like cooking on the field. Yeah.
You get asked to come to some like world-class kitchen to cook. Chances are you've got electricity.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to take a pause right here and we have to play an ad because we are sponsored this episode and we're sponsored by Macy's, so we have to play this ad. Sorry.
What the Culinary Council at Macy's does.
In an effort to help feed America's hungry, Macy's, in conjunction with Feeding America, plan on serving 10 million meals. It's going to be a fantastic opportunity for us as culinary members to really step up to the plate. And if you go on to Macy's.com, you can get all the information.
Cheers. Cheers down at the end there.
All right, go to Macy's.com, get all the information you need. The judges are crushing.
I'm gonna go there right now.
All right, the judges are crushing the halibut dish. Both, I didn't realize until they started plating that both the Voltaggio brothers cooked halibut.
Yeah, they did.
I did not realize that, and I was like, "Oh my god!" They just keep having their private little competition in the middle of this show.
The producers love it too.
Yeah. Oh, that's why they're on the show.
That's why they're on the show.
Judges love the Kobe beef dish, and why wouldn't they? It's Kobe beef, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Tom snitched on Mike and Robin's relationship at the dinner table and like how they were having tension between the two of them when he stopped in there. We didn't get to see that, like his stop by, but apparently I wonder what they said when Tom stopped by and said, "What are you guys cooking?" And Mike's like, "I don't know what the fuck's going on. She's annoying me. I'm pissed off. I'm upset."
Yeah, she's obsessed with cancer. Like, oh,
that shit that when Eli was like, "Oh, I have cancer," like he's his excuse. Crazy. I also love that Mike's talking head. He was like, everything that Robin tells me to do, I just throw away and don't use. Like, it's so mean. Like that dude. Yeah. And then you wonder, like, why did he end up being a total creep and get canceled in real life? Because he's a piece of shit. And you can tell.
Oh, he got canceled in real life?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he owned a bunch of restaurants in DC, and a bunch of stuff came out, and he doesn't own them anymore.
Oh, he was a creep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we keep asking him to come on the show and they kind of air it out, and he keeps stuck in us.
We want him to give his side of the story. We believe that everyone's allowed to give their side of the story. We had a guest on who thought the world was flat.
Yeah.
It gave a compelling argument.
Yeah. Yeah, it said that they've never seen outside of the planet, so how do they know?
They've said they were in a plane, they didn't see the Earth curve, and I was like, pretty good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point.
I don't see air, so I don't believe in it either.
Yeah. And Santa?
Yeah.
Where's that guy?
Yeah. How's he getting in and out of the filament? That's what I want to know.
Wait. But no, Santa's different.
Yeah, Santa's different.
Yeah, Santa is
what are you
different.
talking about?
Santa's built different.
Let's skip to Judge's table.
Wait, Farshad, do you believe in Jesus too? No, because you're Muslim, you don't.
Yeah, Muslims don't believe in Jesus.
Muslims definitely believe in Jesus.
No, they don't.
Well, they do. They still believe in him the way Christians believe in him.
Yeah, we don't think he's like the savior
and
the whatever, but we do think he's historically exists.
Yeah,
Brian
didn't know that until just right now.
I'm learning so much tonight.
So let's watch the robot Brian Voltaggio shut down any kind of he like runs a computer script in his brain to shut down any conversation about his brother when his brother's on the chopping block. Let's listen.
What did your brother's dish was the pancetta wrapped halibut with the egg yolk ravioli.
Asparagus and fennel.
What was the asparagus and the fennel portion of it? Was it just, I know there was a
shaved
asparagus
salad,
sauce, right?
The asparagus was a sauce and also the
Just a
shaved.
couple different ways.
Yeah.
I don't want to discuss it. Wait till they come back, yeah? Let them discuss it. It's their dishes. I'm tired of dissecting other people's plates. You didn't try it, did you?
I'm sorry?
You didn't try the dish, did you?
No, that's what I'm saying.
You can't pass judgment. That's how I feel about this.
As it gets down, there's less room for error. I mean, there is no room now. I mean,
He ran that computer script immediately. It was like
Yeah.
execute, shut down conversation.
That's a good brother.
Yeah.
That's
a
what a
very
big brother does.
Yeah.
Is he's like, I'm allowed to talk shit to my brother, but you can't.
Wait, has Brian ever discussed other people in the bottom's dishes before?
I'm sure.
I think that's what they do in the stew room, but this
Yeah.
time his brother's on the chopping block. And he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
has Brian specifically like done that before?
More than likely.
More
Yeah,
than-
I'm sure he
yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been like, oh, maybe you should have did this. But like now that it's hitting home, you know how people are. As soon as it affects them, now everyone needs to stop.
Yeah.
We need to change the rules.
We need
'cause
to
it hit
change the
home.
rules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So good job, Robot Brian.
Good brother.
The guest judge, like we said, shut down Michael V's power outage excuse because he has a Purple Heart in cooking. Ashley undercooked the prawns after she made a big deal about how there's like a very small window in which you got to cook prawns perfectly on the grill, otherwise,
She also over seasoned the gnocchi, and she was like, "Yeah, but I made everything else less salty." And Tom goes, "That's not how it works."
Yeah, that's not how it works. Just because you made one thing super salty, you don't add salt to other things. That doesn't help.
Unless you have to have a bite of gnocchi with everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of works. It could work.
I mean, I have like undersalted a dip if I was serving them with salty chips. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah.
But the dip doesn't need to be super salty.
Depends on the dip.
Okay.
All right. What are these
fired?
What are these salty dips we're talking about?
Yeah, give me some salty.
They don't have to be. Well, none of them are salty because you serve them with salty chips.
Because the chips are so salty.
Like you wouldn't serve sambal, which we talked about earlier, with salty chips because there's salt in sambal.
Yeah, every peasant knows that.
Every peasant knows that. But I would have a plain cracker with some sambal. Yes.
Like a Ritz cracker.
Well,
that's salt.
Well, that's
it's
salty
buttery.
and very processed. You know,
Oh
peasants
my
don't eat
gosh.
processed food.
What kind of chips aren't processed that you're eating? Homemade chips?
Homemade baked ones, of course.
No one's making chips.
No, but yeah,
that's. Ash does this weird thing where he falls in love with Michael Portaggio right in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Professes his love for him. He says, if Pablo Picasso asked you to wash his brushes, you'd do it.
And everyone's like, Picasso?
Yeah, everyone's like, Picasso.
You're calling him Picasso? Tom's like, I'm Picasso.
So who goes home?
Ashley's eliminated. And let's listen to
Self-fulfilling
her.
prophecy.
Yeah, let's listen to her goodbye.
Ashley, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. It's nice to meet you, Chef.
Good luck to you,
Take
Ashley.
care, Padma. It's nice to meet you, Chef. I'm totally bummed. I understand at this point in the competition, there's no way to make a mistake without going home, especially with the caliber of chefs who are here. But I'm disappointed. I got to cook for some great people.
Okay. Ashley went home. There's no Last Chance Kitchen, so we won't see her again. And
wait, and who wins?
Jennifer wins.
Yeah, and she kisses the chef. She leans across the table and kisses the chef judge.
I missed that.
She's like, get in here, get over here, get over here.
Wait,
and
was
kisses him on the cheek?
Oh, that's European.
You know what? I'm gonna ask if she'll come on the show.
I'd love for her to be on the show. She's great.
I added her on Instagram and she messaged me, so I'm gonna ask her if she'll come on.
She
the show.
messaged you?
She messaged you?
I don't want to get into it.
Oh, she messaged the podcast.
No,
account.
messaged me, not the podcast account.
She messaged you?
Messaged me. We don't have time to talk about it.
What'd she say?
We're over right now. We have time.
But this is the most interesting part.
Farshad, thank you so much for coming on, being the co-host so much.
Farshad, do you have anything you want to plug?
Thank you for having me. Plug. Well, I'm not doing much. But Brian and I are putting on a final show December 10th. Oh my God, that's in a week. And we're not prepared yet. So come see that if you're in New York.
No details. Just figure it out on your
Just
own.
Boogie Manja. Just Google Boogie Manja New York. I don't want to dox us. What if you have a rabid fan that's obsessed with you?
People can see my house. They know where I live. They know my name.
Oh, well then come to the Pit Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
December
and we
10th.
are, Brian, are we now putting out the video recording of these episodes?
No.
Okay, so they can't see your house. All right.
I was tricked.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, we have the video tier.
All right.
But they're not weird fans. They pay $10 a month to see our faces.
No
That's
one
not weird at all.
would
That's
pay
not
That's
weird.
not weird.
Yeah.
Oh no, they could see me and my childhood bedroom.
Oh no. Exposed.
I was lied to.
Yeah, sorry. Gotcha. This is gotcha.
Yeah, this is
fine.
gonzo journalism. You got.
Yeah, I did get got. But all you can see are my stuffed animals and
Yeah.
books.
We can't make any assumptions based on that.
My computer tower.
It's a nice computer. It's pretty big.
Thank
Oh,
you.
he twitches. We didn't talk about it. Jamal twitches and Farshad twitches. You
Oh,
guys are Twitch guys.
I Twitch, but recently, very infrequently.
All right,
I stream.
So we both stream video games on Twitch.
Yeah, my handle is Falukun, Falukun. I was called in Japan because I lived there for 4 years.
And here he goes.
No, the end. It's the end of the episode.
No time to get into that, bro.
If you want to hear more about me living abroad, follow me on Twitch.
Just talk to him any day.
Yeah, just ask me a question about me.
He'll make it. He'll get it to there. He'll get it there.
Yeah. All right. All right.
And Jamal's not going to share his Twitch handle.
Nope. All right.
All right.
So, well, there's nothing to say. I'm not twitching as much these days.
Yeah. Because Halo sucks.
Yeah. If Halo didn't suck, I would absolutely be on there. So you can see me not playing under. Brian, anything? Where are they now?
Oh.
Did you even do that? No.
No, I forgot.
No, you didn't.
Hold on.
I hope she's out there doing something.
Chef. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm
next
sorry.
week, maybe Brian will do some actual work for the podcast. Until then, we're going to pack our knives and go.
This was fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.